attempt at a return. Offense in the sumo set with the big boys. Using his legs, it's Jackson. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume. It'll pay off big time in late in the season.
Caught near the sticks. It's Davis. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
Awesome job there on third down by the QB, working through his progressions. He wanted to go downfield, but the defense took everything away. So his eyes come down, he finds the drag route underneath, makes a good throw, and his guy does the rest to pick up the first.
Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
There's nothing better than opening drive, coming out as an away team. Everybody's got all that excitement, all that energy, and being able to run the football and physically exert yourself to start a football game.
Running like he wants that football as he gets to the 37.
I think a trait of a running back that you really look for is a guy that can bust tackles. Man, a guy that can make something out of nothing when it's not there. And just a really good job breaking the tackle, continuing to keep the play alive, and never quit.
And the Hawkeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Off the play fake. Throws to the tight end. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Man, that one is going to make this quarterback sick to his stomach. That's almost always automatic for him.
That's pitch and catch. That's day one. When you go out and watch practice, the ball very rarely hits the ground unless you have a defender because these QBs and wide receivers are so good. But man, just a mishap, a little early.
Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Right back to the well. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job, nice scripted plays, taking advantage, strung together a nice series. But here's all that matters for defense. We don't even care about yards anymore. Can I keep him out of the end zone? Great job right here. Step up, get a stop, force him either to kick the field goal or get no points, and this drive is still a success.
It's complete to the right. Running into the end zone. Touchdown, Hawkeye.
How do you take the crowd out of the game? Do exactly that. Take the football, drive right down the field, prove you're the better team, give them nothing to cheer about. That is a picture-perfect first drive.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Solid gain to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19. The Wildcats come to the line in the hurry-up.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
30 short. They've got them backed up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. change this route. Back to throw. It's Dyer. It's Gilmore. Really needed a play like that to get out of the way. They moved the chains. They marked it up the early half. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. Set him up. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
Iowa has the ball back on offense. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though, the defense did a better job making a play, forcing the incompletion.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
I love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Hawkeyes come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chain. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be 1st and goal.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a pretty dumb decision by the opponent to go for it so deep in their own end, and this offense now is making them pay for that. After getting the ball back on the 3rd play of the drive, they're able to run it, get the 1st down, and stay on the field.
And the Hawkeyes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Tight end now in motion. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Second and goal coming up. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Iowa! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Dyer. The screen, he can go. Shows a little move, gets his man off balance, and gets out to the 22.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, getting that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
And the Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. He'll He'll keep it himself. He's in the open. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
They'll run it. Miles through the defense. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
What a great job tackling that time by the cornerback. Out on an island by himself. It's just him and the pitch man one-on-one. The offense is trying to go option. They get it out to their playmaker in space. But this guy is good at covering, and he's good at tackling. I'll show it to you right there.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
That's got to feel really good for this quarterback. It's early in the game, so these third downs are big. You're trying to get your offense into a rhythm and a flow. Nice job reading the defense. A beautiful pass.
This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. Give to the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they're trying to run the football there. Just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Sends it back in motion. Looking to pass. It's Dyer. Makes the catch. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He'll pull it on the read. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We've come to the break, and Iowa has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. The run to the left. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice game.
It's hard to stop Greg Martin. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Here comes Kentucky after picking up that first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
The Wildcats back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
operating in the red zone here on second down.
29 Philly. Get the ball.
Same goes from the shotgun. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Love the job by the defense here with their eye discipline. That's an RPO. It can be tricky to locate the football, but they found the running back quickly. Those linebackers and DBs really came screaming down to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
And guys, they've come through on the first 2 third-down tries. This one might be a little tougher. Fires to the wideout.
This guy's an excellent route runner, and he has really good hands. You've got to. That's now his 3rd receiving touchdown. They've only played 3 games. Nobody can cover this guy up to this point in the season.
Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, you can make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. Missouri is getting hammered right now. They are the nail, and that figurative mountain is just pounding them into the ground. What a bad look. They're trailing by 14 to South Carolina. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The give to the back. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk after the 30-yard line.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill fast.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. They'll give it to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, that guy is so quick coming out of his stance. Do you see how fast he got to the ball carrier? Get that tackle for loss. Wow.
Trying play action. Gets it out quickly. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up the field.
This offense will find different ways to get their backs involved. It's not just tailbacks, but how about the fullback there? He makes a catch just for a few yards to help keep this drive going.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12.
Get in the end zone, fellas. Like them here on this ride.
He's got it on the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Now let's go get
It'll be 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Dyer. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast, he's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this is a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
They're down to the 25 on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. They'll try the run. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Got the first down and more. Touchdown, Hawkeye! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, these ball carriers, they've got a lot of ability in the open field. Their ability to make people miss, but also show off the speed. You saw all of that on that play.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score. Trey always got some space. Past the 40. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in.
Well, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback one step up in the end zone. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. Iowa has the ball back on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much...
Open spaces. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats. You count up those explosive plays in a game, and you put a little extra star by the big run.
Yeah, this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. If this guy gets into the second level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
So as that ball starts to get towards the sideline when they're running these option plays, man, those outside players become more pivotal. My corners have to be able to tackle. My secondary is going to be much more involved in getting the quarterback to the ground. Nice job by the secondary, by this defense.
The Hawkeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. And with that last carry, into triple digits, over 100 yards for the day.
And he's showing you power. He's showing you speed. He's showing you make you miss. He really is showing you he's a complete back. And by the way, it's still the first half.
Now facing a 3rd and long. looking for his man. Fires on the move. A strike downfield. We've seen this from this sophomore. So dangerous after he makes the grab.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10 with the run on 1st and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Iowa!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking to throw, it's got it. Safe completion on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. And the Wildcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. He wants to go deep. Makes a catch down the right side. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. After that last big gainer, they'll put it in play. 1st and 10 from their own 49. He let the thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. They've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to throw again. Under fire. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. DB's locked up tight on the receiver. In the backfield, it's Peppers. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. second down coming up. Back to pass, it's Dotson. Got it behind the line, it's Jackson. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. And the Hawkeyes in the hurry-up. Looking downfield on first down. Skips away from pressure. Takes the grab. And they'll knock him down. A lot of urgency for this offense. Looking to go up top in times, running out in the half. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. It's picked off. And they'll run the drive with a turnover. And they made the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Swingers into space. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. We're just about ready to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. The give to the tailback. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
Hey, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. He fires to the left side. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Kentucky will be forced to punt. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Running back searching for a hole. Past the sticks, and he may get more. There he goes. The tag. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Hawkeye. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march down the field and score. There's no end in sight for these guys.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
is true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Power football with the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Looking down the middle. Finds a tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A costly penalty wipes out that third down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Back to throw. It's Dyer. Here comes the heat. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Well, defenses get excited when they see the quarterback in an empty backfield like that. They know, hey, I'm not going to have to beat a running back or a tight end to get there. If I get to him, I might have an opportunity to knock this thing loose, and that's exactly what happened for the defense.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I block that. How about the offensive line to push the guy backwards and make some holes?
They moved him forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Trying to slam it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Iowa. He has spent a lot of time in that end zone and an absolute assault on the scoreboard.
No doubt about it. And guess what? I get to make a lot of highlights. I can copy and paste all of these touchdowns, show everybody the game I had. And the defense, well, you're just going to have to shake your head because you've been getting dominated.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
Didn't get much on first down. It's second and 9. To the ground with the back. Got the touchdown and more. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And a great job on the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
All right, fellas, one more time. Let's go right now.
Down like a lawnmower, baby.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. The offense changing the play. Looking for a man. It's Dyer. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Kentucky sends out the punting unit.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
They boot it away on 4th down. He'll field the punt and take it back. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Takes a handoff. It's Jackson. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. The Hawkeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. And the Hawkeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Crosses the 40. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on 3rd downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been...
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, you can see the effect that last run play had on the defense. They had a really good-looking run, and all of a sudden they come back with play action. Everybody bites. They play downhill, and it opens up a guy up top for the offense. Really nice job setting up that shot play to get an explosive one through the air.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
As they come to the line, they've moved it, but they need 1 more yard on 3rd down. They're going to stop him short. Man, we haven't seen a lot of that. This offense has been a machine on 3rd down. This defense has stood tall on 3 straight plays. Got to wonder if this offense is willing to stay aggressive and go for it.
In offense nowadays, you should stay aggressive, right? Play the numbers game. Even if you do get stuffed, you got to go the length of the field. I'm going for it.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, we've got a final in a game that just wrapped up here in the SEC. LSU delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in Baton Rouge. Thing is, this was a road victory, and a win like this is going to resonate throughout the SEC. Going to be very interesting to see what the fallout from this one is, because as we know, you can't lose games in the SEC like this.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
He breaks a tackle. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
The Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking to throw, it's Dyer. Finds his big tight end. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And the pass falls incomplete. That's how we'll wrap up the third quarter of play. But now, time for the fourth quarter. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to pass. Firing to the right, complete. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Caught over the middle. It's Gilmore.
About finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. You can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going, and maybe you can build on it.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, and they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they're turning it on. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is playing on their heels late.
And you can feel the momentum a little bit, right? I mean, the fourth quarter has kind of changed, and this defense is settled in. Their offense has scored as well. So this is a big tipping point in this football game. This is a big possession because Uncle Mo is all on the side of the defense.
Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Not gonna get there as this defense makes a stand.
Man, how about this defense? They've been struggling all day long. You're at a huge deficit, and you finally come up and make a play, block a kick. Maybe this creates some momentum now for your offense, and maybe they can get a bail you out and make this a ball.
Complete in the middle. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Kentucky right back to the line. To the air. It's Dyer. Pocket breaking down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great. And they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
Tosses it incomplete.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times. You've turned the football over. Like, continue to play. Find some ways to maybe get a few first downs and make something positive happen.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's batted away, and the fourth down play doesn't convert. They'll give up the football.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the fourth quarter.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time. Blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
And this defense and their team, honestly, has just built some momentum here in this fourth quarter, man. And I'm interested to see this offense and if they can respond, if they can be physical, if they can run the football, they can make some plays here in this fourth quarter.
It'll be third and long. Wants to throw. It's Dotson. Quarterback now breaking the field. Grab behind the line. It's Cochran. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big third down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I love the timing on the jet sweep there. The quarterback snapped it at the perfect moment. He could give it right away to the receiver to get outside, get around the defensive end, and start getting upfield.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left, but, man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Wide receiver going in motion. Right back to him on the ground. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They've started a pretty good drive. This will be the 7th play, but they need to convert 3rd and 5. Keeps it on the bootleg. Got out of trouble and throws. Finds his big tight end. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down.
And that's what the running game can do for an offense. You run the football, you have some success. Then what do? You stick the ball out there, you pull it back, you run some play action, you complete the football, get a first down. Nice balance by this offense.
The Hawkeyes have it with a 1st and goal. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. But we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense.
up against a top 10 Russian defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He'll be brought down to the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal, that's a win if you're on defense.
They believe in their running game on 3rd and goal here. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Bob.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game. Possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher ranked